Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So, a lot of people who just come to this channel, they see what I do with the fancy production and whatnot. By some people's standards, it's not that fancy and it's quite amateur, but I'm working on it. But they come to the channel and they see what I do here and they think to themselves, this guy's just trying to scare people to make money. Here's what I want you to know about me. For the first couple years that I had this channel, not only did I make barely any money at all, there was never the thought in my mind that occurred to me when starting this YouTube channel that I would ever, number one, monetize it, but do this as a job, okay, as a full-time thing, and that I would ever spin off into me having my own store and having a business as a result of it. The reason why those things happened is because I am a prepper. I genuinely believe in the, if you can call it a survivalist philosophy, that survival is not something which is God-given. It's not something which is just going to be handed to you, okay? And that survival isn't just about you as a person. Survivalism is a cosmic duty. And no matter how technologically advanced as a species we get, there's always going to be survivalism because it's going to evolve with us in tandem. Because this flame of humanity, it can be extinguished in so many different ways. And as I'm going to talk about today, we really need to cherish all the moments of life because, man, life goes by so fast, doesn't it? There's that saying by Isaac Brock, the days go slow, but the years go fast, the decades go faster, and your life goes by in an instant. Just think about your life. Think about the last, 20 years, 30 years of your life, how fast it's went by. Life goes by fast, okay? We don't just live to prep. We prep to live. We prep because we know it's our cosmic duty to keep this fire of humanity burning. And it's not just about us as individuals surviving in the forest. That's never what it's been about to me. It's about carrying on the human race. That's what it's about. That's why, I'll often reference Elon Musk's ambition to go to Mars as a way to save the species. And you could debate whether or not that's something which we should even undertake in the first place. But the sentiment there, I can definitely relate to, okay? This isn't just about me and you. Our lifetimes are very short, guys. And I would encourage you, no matter what is going on in the world, no matter how crazy it's going to get in the next few months, in the next few years, you need to always remember, I like that quote by Bill Hicks, it's just a ride, right? There's ups and downs and all arounds, but at the end of the day, it's just a ride. You can't escape the inevitable. We're all going to die someday. But the goal is to try to prolong our lives as long as possible, make the world and, for our own family and for society in general, a better place for the next generation and many generations to come. That's the goal. That's why the purpose of my channel is to try to reach as wide of an audience as possible. Because it's not enough to just come on here and say, okay, I just want to speak to, the select few people who share my opinion. But my personal goal, if I have any legacy on this platform before I drop dead, it's that I motivated a lot of people to get in a position where they and their families were more prepared to endure what's coming. But not only that, I want to also have enhanced their life in some way if nothing happens, okay, which I highly doubt at this point in time. But even if, shit doesn't hit the fan in our lifetimes, which is infinitesimally small of a probability at this point, even if it doesn't, I want my effect on them to have been a positive one, to have been a net positive. It's not my goal to come on here and scare the bejesus out of people. If anything, what I attempt to do is that, look, I know that people are scared. right now for a lot of things, for a variety of reasons. Maybe even it's just personal reasons in your own life. My goal is I leverage that fear that people have. And when you do come to my videos, I want you to leave less anxious. I want you to leave feeling more informed, more prepared, have a more practical outlook on things, to realize that, maybe it's not so bad and that you're going to be able to deal with the situation. That's how I want people to come to this channel, and that's why some of my thumbnails are a bit sensationalist, because the people who click on them are obviously anxious about the state of the world. And what I want to do is decrease that anxiety. And you'll notice that there's a lot of YouTube channels out there who do the complete opposite. They bring you in and you leave more anxious than when you left. And that's not a good thing. Anyways, guys, look, Thanksgiving is coming up. That's a holiday that they celebrate in the United States and Canada. I don't think they celebrate it other places. Maybe they do. But it's a holiday that is supposed to represent being grateful for what you have. And coincidentally, we compensate for that one day of being grateful by the biggest day of consumerism all year, the day after Black Friday. Anyways, all I'm saying, guys, is appreciate everything you got right now. Don't get too caught up in all of the material scarcity that preppers prepare for. We know times are potentially going to get really hard in the not so distant future. Hopefully not. Hopefully some way, we go through some turbulence, but the plane doesn't crash. I personally think it's going to crash because I don't have a lot of faith in the people that they say are our leaders. Put it that way. I don't have a lot of faith in the politicians. I think that politicians are in a position where you got money on one side, okay? You got the masses who hate you on the other, and you're just trying to do your best. I don't even think you're capable of having all of the necessary information to make really well-informed decisions. So I'm not putting my faith in any of these guys, okay? So I think that probably the ship is sinking. It's like this, okay? As sure as your life is going to end someday, there will be another major global conflict, okay? As sure as your life is going to end someday, this debt bubble, fiat currency experiment that we're all in right now is going to end. It's going to pop someday. As sure as you're going to be in a pine box someday, this climate crisis thing is going to reach a breaking point. It's going to happen. When? We don't know. Okay? None of this stuff, we don't know for sure when it's going to happen, but we know it's inevitable. As sure as the leaves turn colors before the end of the life cycle, that's what's going to happen. Okay? It's going to be a very chaotic time before the Great Reset, right? We know that's going to happen. But that should not take away from your enjoyment of everyday life, the enjoyment of your family, your kids who grow up so fast. The years, the days, the months, the weeks, they just roll right by. Look how fast 2020 went by in spite of all the crap that happened, in spite of all the novelty. It's almost over. Okay, and then we got to start 2021. Who knows what the hell that's going to look like. But all I can say, guys, is that prepping isn't just about you. There's a greater purpose to this. And if it seems sometimes like I'm making sensationalist thumbnails or titles, that's because I know there's a lot of scared people right now, and my goal is to help reduce that anxiety. And I reduce it in two ways. By separating the fact from the fiction with what I talk about. I don't promote any half-truths on this channel. Everything I say is evidence-based to the best of my capability. And by also empowering people by encouraging them to prepare so you don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. Okay, if anybody's a fearmonger, it's the media. Okay, they're the ones who are constantly telling you to be afraid, but never really giving you any real solutions. As self-reliant individuals, we are saying, look, to the best of your ability, try to be self-reliant. Don't succumb to the pressure to live in it like a transient in this disposable society where at every turn, at every moment of the day, you are in some way, shape, or form dependent on the grid to which you are hardwired. You can be independent, or you can just be a little bit more independent than you were yesterday. Now, that doesn't stop at just going buying stuff at the store. There's a lot of skills you have to learn. And man, I got to get out of this studio. I got to get out of this town. I got to get away from this camera. I need to just go into the wilderness for a year and just, maybe that'll happen someday. If I just stop uploading, either the Gestapo came for me, or I'm just out in a log cabin someday and I'll randomly surprise you with a video a year from now. And maybe I'll even grow the beard out. You know, I have to cut this. I never cut to the skin. I never use a flat razor on the skin. It's not good for the skin. I always just bring it down to like a 1/8 of a millimeter. Pro tip for you there. Anyways, guys, I really hope that we can just embrace every day to the fullest, because man, life is short, okay? And this prepping thing, it's not just about, you know, buying stuff and looking tactical and trying to out-survive the next guy. It's evolving into this. It's about survival of the human race, and it starts with you. Okay, guys, I hope that you got something out of this video today. And I'm going to be, let's bring it back to reality here. I'm going to be reviewing some, this is the video that I was supposed to do tonight, but I was like, I can't talk tech tonight. I'm thinking about stuff. You know, I want to review some of these things here, you know, these fancy generator doodads and whatever. Stuff that we've talked about a lot on this channel before, but they're pretty cool. Always state of the art here, guys. So you guys take care, you know, spend quality time with your family this week. Try to just embrace every moment, every day, because you don't know. Nothing is guaranteed at this point. Stay safe. The strong survive, the prepared thrive. Thanks for watching, folks. Canadian Prepper out.